Welcome to the Stronger Than Your Boyfriend podcast, a podcast for anyone into fitness.
Especially for those of you who do need that excitement in your workout routine.
We are Heather and Katie, owners of Barpath Fitness, here to help you sift through the bullshit and toxic misinformation that permeates the fitness industry. Yeah. Today, we're talking about 5 ways to bring excitement back into your routine.
We caved.
Jazz hands.
We caved. Man, here we go. People can't handle being bored with their training. First of all, life is boring, you know? Like, you do the same shit. You go to work, routine. You do the same exercises, but it's because you go to work, it works. You make money. You train your squats, your deadlifts, your presses, your rows, etc. It works. You get stronger and you look good. But everyone's like, oh, I'm so bored. Like, okay, we caved. We'll help you a little bit today, but it's still not going to be what you think. It's still not going to be, let's change workout all the time and do some, burpee, box jump, kettlebell swing / whatever. I saw a really funny Instagram reel about that. It was like this guy basically making fun of, like all the clients who can't handle boredom. Yeah. So it's like he was on the treadmill and then he had a bench set up and swung off the treadmill onto the bench and started doing lateral raises on like a Bosu ball. It was really funny. But anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So again, let's start off. You should be doing the same movements. Mm-hmm. The 8 foundational movements, okay? Just different variations all of the time.
Yeah.
Okay? We're not saying do the same workout all the time.
No.
But you should be doing the same movements all of the time.
Squat, hinge, push, pull, carry, rotate, unilateral work.
Yeah, lunge. Thank you, split squat, whatever. It's because they work. They get you results, and those are just human movement patterns, so you should train them. And but you change the reps, the rest periods, the tempo, variations, etc. Okay? So that is just baseline here. We need to keep that at the top of your mind. Yeah. But I digress. If you are just feeling really stagnant with your training and it doesn't really excite you, but it shouldn't really excite you, but it's almost demotivating you. This did happen for me, I will say. I think the number one thing you can do is learn a new skill.
Yes. And
it's going to get yourself out of your comfort zone. You should do that. I think that you should always do that. But, if you're putting in the work with your squats, your deadlifts, if we're talking about the lower body, try a pistol squat. Try to master it. I mean, I think it's the ultimate test of lower body strength. I mean, you're squatting your entire body weight on one leg.
Yeah.
And it requires a lot of hip ankle mobility and stability and a lot of hip flexor strength. I think that, a lot of people can't do it, and it's going to be really, really frustrating. Yeah. That's the thing. So pick your fucking poison. Do you want to be bored or do you want to be frustrated? If you don't want to be frustrated, then don't do this. But if you're that bored, try it. And I think it's really good anyways to train movements like this because it's a novel stimulus. Yeah. You'll get really strong. Even just training, leading up to getting that full pistol squat.
Right.
Handstands. That was my experience. It definitely has me hooked. I think they're still fun to this day. They were really, really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to practice a long, long time. Luckily, I wouldn't say luckily, not the right word, but I'll stick with it. During COVID, I was trying to learn them. Yeah. So we weren't doing anything. So I was just practicing every day. Yeah. So I had the time. It does take a lot of time. Yeah. But it's fun. It's frustrating. But I think that's kind of what kept me there. Yeah. It's good to be frustrated. Yeah. Because it keeps me coming back because I don't want to be frustrated anymore. And it's good to suck at shit. It really is. So, if you suck at pull-ups, pull-ups is a great one. It's definitely a strength-based movement, but it is a skill. Mm-hmm. And I say it's a skill because, there's obviously skill to all of the strength training movements, right? But it's more so you don't have to have pull-ups in to have a good routine. Like you can do a lat pull down, right? But will I think your gains will improve a shit ton if you start training pull-ups? Yes.
Will you feel like a total badass when you can do?
That's the most important thing.
Yes.
Will people comment on how awesome you are? Yes. I don't know if that's really welcomed, but people will think it for sure. Yeah. But do I think that pull-ups are far better than lat pull downs? Fuck yes, I do.
Totally.
But again, you don't need to do them. And some clients, they're just like, yeah, I don't want to do a pull-up. Right. And that's fine. Okay, lat pull downs it is. Like that's cool. Because you want to have some kind of a vertical pull in there. Right. And if they're just like, nah, I don't want to do it. But most people are like, yeah, I would love to be able to do that.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Same with push-ups.
push-ups too. Yeah.
Thing. I have a lot of people who are like, I would love to be able to do a full push-up.
Yeah.
Well.
Push-ups are, people are more open to doing push-ups because
pull-ups. Yep.
they're easier than pull-ups.
If someone tells me they don't want to do pull-ups, though, that's fine. But we are gonna hang.
Yeah, we're gonna
hang.
Yeah, that's
Every one of my clients, I don't care if you're 80 or you're 15, you're gonna learn how to hang from a bar.
yeah. And that's good shoulder mobility and strength, and you need to do that. And then maybe once it's kind of like they say they don't want to do it, and you're like, okay, well, this is like,
Then you're like,
this
oh
is
wait, I know
foundational.
how to hang now. Maybe
Maybe I
can just.
Yeah.
Then we teach you just to control your scapula in a hanging position.
It's like
and then
you
one day.
plant the seed.
Yeah.
But it's what's best for you. We're not tricking you maliciously.
Exactly.
But, because we love you. We love
Maybe slightly.
Not a little bit. I mean, either way, you're training and you pay us to train.
Yeah.
So here we are. Yeah, push-ups too. Push-ups are cool because you can just do them anywhere.
Yeah.
Especially for your clients who travel a lot, that's a good skill to train. But I mean, even when did I start training, handstands? It was around the time I still really couldn't do a pull-up that well. Or I could do like one or two.
When you start training handstands?
Yeah, I think I had a decent amount of strength where I could do like one or two okay ones, and then after that they were shitty.
Yeah,
and
they weren't
pretty.
pretty.
They weren't pretty, and they weren't.
Now they're gorgeous.
They weren't. Oh, thank you.
They're so pretty.
Well, I say train them a lot.
So pretty.
You just have to train it a lot. You just have to be consistent. Yeah, and they're, I can do a lot, but I do them all the time.
Right.
But I like that. You don't have to do that, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And it was a fun, even going into that, I could do a pull-up, but I wasn't just training full reps. It was a lot of eccentrics, a lot of hanging, like you said. So, it was kind of, I want to say boring, but again, here's that word again. It's just the same things done over a consistent period of time. So
I'm like super interested in the fact that street lifting is a thing now.
what?
So I think you'd love this.
People lifting on the streets?
Kelly does this. Kelly, if you've ever gone to our website and look at pictures, that's Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
She now competes in, is it street lifting? I think it's called.
What are they?
It is weighted pull-up,
Oh,
as heavy as you can go.
okay.
It's either pull-up or chin-up, I can't remember. Weighted dip,
Okay.
it's 1 rep max.
Oh,
Heavy as you
cool.
can go.
Yeah, I would do that.
And then, so that's like the 2
What?
that
Yeah.
you do. And then there's a 4 one. The 4 is dip, pull-up, back squat, and muscle up.
What? Oh, a bar muscle up?
I think so,
Oh,
yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
I've done a ring muscle up.
Yeah, yeah.
Why
Not like a CrossFit one, not hipping.
No,
like a,
it's not
yeah.
a.
But yeah,
That's not a muscle.
But yeah, so it's like a I don't know if it's a new sport, but it's newer here in Colorado.
Why is it called street lifting? They just do the shit in the street?
I think because it's calisthenics based and you can do that
Yeah.
in any like calisthenics park.
Oh yeah. You're like like California outside gyms.
Also, there's this really cool place in Australia on the beach, which Kelly was just at, and my friend's mom was just at, and like, it's really neat. And there's just a bunch of jacked people doing calisthenics, and it looks fun. And Kelly was
Calisthenics are
there.
fun.
Kelly was there crushing it.
Yeah. Kind of along the lines, calisthenics in general.
Yeah.
I think is a good way
Yeah,
to kind
you
of
wanna
spice up
change
your
it up.
routine. Dips, pull-ups.
It's not gonna hurt. It's only gonna help your movement.
I think people just have that, it's just a common misconception, like you need the weight to build the muscle. You don't. Not all the time, especially if you're doing skills like this that you don't normally train. They're hard.
Yeah.
You can build a lot of shoulders were pretty weak for me.
Yeah.
I built a decent amount of muscle in my shoulder just from training handstands.
Yeah.
And eventually you get to the point where you do have to build the shoulder strength for that, but you get to a point where it's not even about strength anymore. It's just training the skills. When you're constantly on your hands, your shoulders are like, well, you got to stabilize, got to get bigger. So
Yeah.
another in this category, learning the skill, mobility movements. Get really good at a couple. Find where you have weaknesses, and it could be even just a skill that you want to learn, like a front split. I tried to train that. Those are hard, or maybe like a heavy weighted pullover or something like that. That's good thoracic mobility, good shoulder flexion. You'll gain strength. Mobility work is strength, but we've talked about this before. The movements are all on like a spectrum. Like, is it more of a strength-based movement, like a back squat, or is it like a horse stand squat, which is more of a mobility movement? And if you're my client, you know exactly what that is. If you're not my client, you probably have no clue. So it sucks, but it's good. And then in the process, you're making your joints a lot stronger, and which will in turn make your just heavy compound strength-based movements feel a lot better. So they could be frustrating. You might not feel like you're doing as much, but again, anything novel and anything that you train consistently that's newer, you will see gains from it.
Yeah.
All kinds of gains.
Totally.
Yes.
All right. So that's one tip.
One tip.
Another tip is to do other forms of activity, not just strength training. Yoga is my favorite.
Yes.
Cycling, swimming, I like to, hiking, breaking up your routine with fun things you enjoy. If you're someone who trains, 5 to 6 days a week right now. Strength trains.
Yeah.
Maybe change one of those.
Yeah, you don't need to do that much.
Right? I mean, I would always prioritize strength training.
Yeah.
But if you're in like a bodybuilding, split right now,
do 3 full body days.
Try 3 or 4 full body days.
Yeah.
And then do some hiking. Tell me how you feel.
Yeah. I think it'll do a lot better.
A little bit.
Yeah. And that's another thing. You can change what your split looks like.
And you can still hit high volume that way. Like, because I know people get worried, I can't do less because the whole thing is progressive overload. No, if you program right with proper periodization, you can still get the right volume.
Yeah. A caveat with that, though, is if you do start an activity and you're doing a lot of it, especially like a swimming, hiking, biking kind of thing, you have to take a little bit of volume.
Lower your volume.
Away from your strength training if that is starting to become just as much of a priority.
Right. Yeah.
But if your strength training is still your main priority, then just do less of that. But I think 1 day a week of an activity is a good way to break it up.
Yeah.
And it still gets you moving. It still gets you, gets you those endorphins, et But yeah, I think again, just kind of, if you do 5-6 days a week, try 3 full body days. See, I mean, it's different.
Serious. I started doing like hip thrusts 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That sounds absolutely terrible.
Along with like squats, deadlifts, bench, like it's just full body, but there's a hip thrust every single time. That's brutal. And I'd never done that before.
Right.
And I think I finally started, because, the stimulus is different. So
it
helps.
Yeah. So I think this new form of activity could look like a different split and then throw in something else just for, heart health, happiness, getting outside. Yeah. It's all good.
Totally.
Okay. Another tip. Train new movement patterns, not just new exercises. So what do I mean by that? When talking about variety, it doesn't mean random exercises thrown together. It's not like it's not like a guy.
Muscle confusion.
Your muscles aren't confused, guys. Man, they're not confused. They don't have brains. Well, wasn't there a study where it's like
in the mitochondria?
Yeah, there's like little mini brains.
Yeah.
So maybe they are confused. I don't know though. If our muscles have little brains, I don't think they're confused. I think they're like, we know exactly what we're doing.
They do.
Anyways.
Smart.
So again, this isn't, one-legged Bosu ball curl to presses, right?
No.
We're not doing that.
That's not it, Chad.
No.
He's back.
No Bosu ball trails in nature. Like we said in the past.
Yes.
Remember that? Didn't we post that on the Bosu ball?
Yes.
AI generated Bosu ball trail?
Yes.
If you go regularly walking on one of those, then maybe. But I don't think you are. Okay, so you can swap bilateral movements for unilateral movements. Yeah. This is a way for variety. So if you're normally, it's great. You're doing your barbell back squats, you're really strong at them. Cool. Do a mesocycle or a phase of barbell split squats.
Yeah, and you can piss some people off by doing more on one leg than you can on 2, or more have half.
Oh yeah, because you said that, and on the Chads came out.
Yeah, Chads came out. Yeah, if you're gonna split squat, a nice challenge is try to do more than 50%. Like work your way to it.
Yeah,
but you can.
Yeah, I think you'd be surprised by like just a littlest swap like that. You can actually feel a little excited about it in your training. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I might have changed up my rep range for squats and my tempo, but now I get to do a split squat. It's different. So
very different.
Yeah. Add in rotational work. Not a lot of people do this. I think this is absolutely key. You rotate a lot in life, and I think it's absolutely key to keep your lower back healthy, which a lot of people don't really connect those 2 dots, but I definitely think that it's key. Well, it's one of the keys. And then anti-rotation work. We'll go back to rotational work. You do like an oblique cable twist. That's rotational work. And then on that same cable for anti-rotation work, you can do a peel-off press with the cable. So you're just standing hips and shoulders squared, and you're just pressing the cable out in front of you and trying not to move your hips at all. So just those 2 movements right there. And more core work in general. I think, again, there's those two camps. We got people doing 20,000 variations of crunches every day because they're like, they know that this is what they need to do, you know, like with the abs. And then you have people who are like, well, I squat and deadlift, so I don't need to do abs. I don't need to do abs. I don't know why they're from the South, but apparently they are. But you definitely need to do it. It's just like any other muscle group. Don't overtrain it, but you still need to train it. So, I mean, you can probably, you know, like hollow holds, those are great. Half the people probably don't even know what those are. You know, anything, hanging.
You can hang hollow hold.
Yeah, hanging core work, but
I added a glute bridge into my pallet presses.
Oh.
And it helps with my SI joint. Like that was my progression.
Yeah.
Get more stability there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, this is especially for the I only squat and bench and deadlift for my core. Yeah. You should do this.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna save yourself in the end. You're back.
Yep.
So, okay, most movements train the frontal plane.
Yeah.
Or sorry, most movements are training in the sagittal plane. So start training in the frontal plane. So instead of lunges, so we're going forward and back and up and down, that's that sagittal plane, do the frontal plane where you're maybe doing lateral lunges instead Cossack squats instead of forward or reverse lunges. So that's just a very quick example. Incorporate, you could do like a crawling pattern, like a bear crawl. That's really good, you know, for stabilization in the shoulders and the hips and for core work. Even in kind of that realm, like a bird dog row.
Oh shit, I haven't done that in forever.
I've been really,
these are hard.
I've been really liking this lately because I just have had clients that are, you know, they've got some kind of injury going on and, you know, or they're at home. This is more so with my online clients. They're at home and they're kind of, you know, we're tapped out with their weight. This is a good way to progress a row.
Yeah.
It's, you know, something like that. And this is like very, very nuanced because I feel like people can take this too far. Like they're doing bird dog, row to burpee, some bullshit, you know? I'm like, this is just like a slight variation or a renegade row where you're in a plank and you're rowing. So, you know, you can really work on your core stabilization, your pelvic stabilization on that. So don't go crazy with it, but we're giving you a couple examples. Don't go crazy with it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Another thing you can do is tempo work.
Yeah.
So if you normally just squat, try going down for 5.
Yeah, not just 3.
Yeah, down for 5, hold for 6.
6. Yeah.
Up for 4. Just crazy shit.
You will have to dramatically lower your weight, but holy shit, your gains though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because it's different too.
Yeah.
And it really tells you that you are controlling the weight. Like you have mastered that movement.
Yeah.
So
also isometrics. Lots of different things you can do with isometrics.
Underrated.
Yep. Totally.
Very underrated.
EMOMs.
Yes, but not CrossFit EMOMs. I'm talking like the EMOMs that I program, and EMOM stands for every minute on the minute. Yeah. So at the top of every minute, you're doing whatever movement, and then you rest the remainder of that minute.
Yeah.
So it's it's tempo work. It's timed rest, which every set is timed, but this is a shorter time. And I'll generally do this like 6 to maybe 10 minutes max of like, you know, we're doing 2 reps on a back squat.
Yeah. I'm guessing you do 1 movement.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
That's the thing that distinguishes this.
Not fucking like burpees and snatches and shit in 1 minute or whatever. No. It's like we're doing back squats, and this is now we're gonna switch it up for back squats, and we're gonna see how your strength endurance with this, you know, your stamina, like do you need to work on that?
Yeah. And
you know, your stability and control with a certain weight. And I think it's very humbling because you do have to go a lot lighter than you normally do. Yeah. So especially for like, you know, 2 or 3 reps, you can probably really push it, but in an EMOM format, you can't because you have to be able to.
Shit's hard.
Yeah, you have to be able to recover in about 40 seconds or so.
Pull-up EMOMs are my favorite. They're so hard.
They're hard. Have you done a back squat EMOM or a front squat?
You know what? I don't think I've done.
You should do it.
Back squat.
Do it.
That sounds terrible.
It's absolutely disgusting. But it's really when you're done, you're like, damn, I'm a fucking badass. Like, that's exactly how you feel, because they're so shitty. But let's not take this too far. Let's not do everything in an EMOM format.
Right.
You could do any movement this way, like a compound movement, but this isn't like phase 5 of all EMOMs here. This is like, for back squats, this phase, we're gonna try this EMOM. And then we're gonna move away from it. We're not gonna do it forever. And what we're definitely not gonna do is the next phase, add in back squats and then 5 burpees after. Like, that's not what we're gonna do. We're not gonna slowly inch towards CrossFit. We're not.
We're just not doing that.
We're not, okay.
The last tip I have for if you're bored, change your scenery.
Oh.
I think changing your scenery can make a big difference. I love
true.
to travel and try new gyms, new yoga studios. When we lived in Chicago, we used to go to Quads gym all the time. If you want to be fucking motivated, go to a bodybuilding gym, go to a powerlifting gym, like go to a hardcore gym. And don't be scared, just go. Just go.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
I guarantee you, you're gonna walk in and be like, holy shit.
Yeah, there is a vibe to
There's a vibe.
And you know, I usually train in my home gym, which I love. I love not being around anyone, but sometimes I'll come here and train. And it
adds a little, when people are watching, I work harder, I feel like. That's me.
Although, because you know what I've learned with that? What? Because I do such weird shit with my training, I get too many comments.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I know that they're giving me compliments, I do, but I'm like, nope, just training for life over here, nothing. Not training for anything. Yeah, and I'm like,
I think you're training for like a Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, they probably think I'm like
/ fitness competition.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, just doing what I'm programmed. Doing what's programmed for me. But yeah.
And I realize this is kind of a pretty privileged things to say, like, oh, get out of your space. Like, some of us might not be able to get out of our space, but if you have the ability to try new gyms, try new places, it really does change you. And new communities, right? Like, you might find other people that motivate you. Right. You get out of your space.
Yeah. So, you know what I just thought of? Do some sled pushes. Those are fun.
Oh God, I haven't done those in so long.
You know what? You could do that for, I wouldn't keep it in your routine too long as far as replacing movements like squats, lunges, etc. But I think it's a really good, you don't get sore from it. There's no eccentric motion during it, but it's really hard.
Yeah.
And it's just like like you just feel like you're pushing really hard because you are. My brother and I, when we were younger, and he was a trainer for a little bit when he was young and dumb. And my car, when I was in Chicago, it was like a little Hyundai. We would go to the parking lot in the back of my dad's house, and he would make me push that fucking car like a sled push.
Wow.
It was like one of us, it was so dumb. People were probably like, what the fuck? So like one of us would sit in the driver's seat, and it would be in neutral, and the other one would be pushing it, and then we'd switch.
You guys are such pros.
Apparently. I just did whatever. I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Horrible.
Is it?
I mean, I kind of think so because you were seeing
Yeah, this is when he was really into fitness. Yeah. Now he has kids. No, he still works out.
Now his life's over.
Yeah, his life's over. No, I'm just kidding. He still works out. Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, this is a good one, or this would be a good conversation in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah, if you're not in our Facebook group, Be Stronger Than Your Boyfriend, join and tell us how when you get bored, what do you do?
Yeah, but hopefully, if you're in our Facebook group and you've listened to us for a while, that you're okay with being bored, because that is
part of it.
That is it. Rest, be bored, get the results. All right.
All right.
Peace out.